Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Hot Geek News, your home for comic books, movies, TV shows, and of course, typically we do have a beer. However, this morning we are recording early morning. I'm all jacked up, so there's no beer. We're a little late, so apologies to the Patreons. I try to get this up early. Don't know if this is even going to be on YouTube, but if you want to go ahead, like, subscribe, share, follow on Hot Geek News anywhere you find social media, any podcasting platform, we are there. We start off by breaking down our reading recommendations of the week that we also review for nerdinitiative.com. We go into some news, and then we go into our main topic, and today is the 1986 film Troll, which we decided to do because at our panel at MegaCon this year, it was a horror panel, and somebody suggested this, and then Lauren said, we're going to do it this year. And lo and behold, we did. And I
didn't know what I was getting us into. I apologize. That's on me.
That was, this, of all the movies I've seen, this was definitely one of them, but we will absolutely get there. Lauren, are you drinking coffee? Pumpkin spice, I presume? No? Maybe?
I'm drinking Hyde Street coffee from Comic Con Coffee, and I do have a little smidge of pumpkin creamer in there, and I got it in my fun Halloween mug.
You know, the pumpkin creamer that Starbucks came out this year, almond oat, has been saving me a lot of money because I haven't gone to Starbucks to buy as many lattes as I probably normally would. I know capitalism. Oh God, we're supporting. You know what? I've given up so many things, but I'm not giving up my pumpkin spice. I'm sorry. I got to draw the line somewhere, I guess.
I agree.
But
you still need to
I have saved money, especially because I'm probably not going to be getting paid on the 15th of this month. So yeah, go support the Patreon, I guess.
Go support the Patreon. It's all going to get donated directly to Matt now.
Thanks to our government, I will not be getting
going to go back into the podcast.
But anyways, let's go into what we've been reading or watching.
I thought Sarah McLachlan was going to start playing.
Yes, for only $1, you could support this poor one-eyed man who's losing vision in his left eye. Oh God, I did somehow bang out some comic books this week. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And starting off, I really want to talk about Kill All Immortals Part 2, Issue 1 from Dark Horse Comics, Tiago Roca, Hassan Osman Elhau, and, Zach Kaplan and Fico Ossio did all of the work on this, and it picks up right where the first part left off. It's like Secession meets John Wick, essentially. Frey destroyed the tree. Oh God, spoilers.
I was going to say meets Vikings or mythology.
It's Vikings. So Frey and her family were immortal Vikings. They are no longer immortal, but lo and behold, there are.
If you want to know how? Check out the first volume.
Check out the first. It's like 5 issues. I think it's the first part, and this next part's going to be 5 issues. But it's really good, very violent, and very lots of mystery, action. Just amazing. It picks up right where we left off, but there's more immortal families out there, as it turns out. And now that they're not immortals, they're coming after. Yeah. So it's really good. And then I did DC's Satanic Panic. This is a fun anthology series, which it has Plastic Man tricking kids into eating candy so he can absorb them to fight some monster. Don't worry. The kids are fine at the end. They all the kids and the parents are all fine at the end. He just absorbs them to a creepy, I don't know. It was weird. Very good, but weird. Swamp Thing and Constantine. Constantine becomes a werewolf. So Swamp Thing's helping him out. And Zatanna as well is kind of getting messed with. And there's a lot of other stories in here. Definitely recommend that. It's a fun Halloween anthology. I love a good anthology around Halloween. I did Spider-Man Noir issue number 1. This is fun. It's 1930s Spider-Man alternate universe, and it's very much Peter Parker still down on his luck. He uses weapons like guns and stuff, and he's even like, yeah, I know, but they have guns, so I do too, and it evens the odds. But Gwen Stacy's dad has been killed. And so
his personality is still the same?
Oh, yeah. It's very much quippy Peter Parker. And Gwen Stacy's dad is dead. And now he's essentially investigating because he's a private investigator who's broke and picks up this case. So aside from that, Spirits of Violence number 1 from Marvel Comics. This has, all 3 Kashala, it has Danny, and it has Johnny, all 3 ghost riders involved in it. It's going to be a really good story. Really, really fun as part of that as well. I did some other DC comics. Can't remember off the top of my head. I didn't write it down. I apologize. Oh, I remember. Sorry. So Absolute Evil issue number 1. That was a joint with Ken and Megan. This basically is going to tie in. It's introducing the villains and setting up a big tie-in story with DC in the Absolute series. So this is going to kind of probably converge a lot of the Absolute storylines. There's a couple really shocking moments in that issue, which is just absolutely crazy. And then I did Justice League Omega as well. That was solid. But aside from that, I watched VHS Halloween. I did the review for that. It's out. This one is actually
worth reading, worth watching.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the VHS franchise. There's 8 of them now, and the first 2 are obviously the best. In between there, they got kind of like meh. Last year's was meh. This one is just straight campy Halloween.
I remember you talking about this years ago. I think I might have even started the first one.
It's on Shudder. It's a Shudder, and I recommend watching the VHS Halloween if you're into some Halloween anthology. Like it's campy and it's fun. It gets kind of gory and stuff like that, but it does not overly serious. I would say that this is a decent one to watch. And then of course Peacemaker episode 7, which we are not going to dive into
Oh, good. So
because
short. Okay, yeah.
we're gonna next
Wait till
week.
next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a special Peacemaker season 2 episode, so don't worry.
Absolutely. I have a
But
lot to
that's
say.
everything I kind of watched, been kind of laid up.
Oh,
So
that's all?
well, I mean, I think
I'm joking. You covered a lot. You do so many comic reviews. I don't know how you do that many with full vision.
I think I might have a couple other things that I watched, but I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been a week, man. So that's what I got though. Oh no, wait, hold on. We watched, oh my God, this terrible B-rated movie, Fairest of Them All. We watched that, and it was essentially like Mad Hatter kidnaps a bunch of the princesses to break his curse, and wants to find his wife or whatever. So he gets like Cinderella and all of these other princesses, and they have to fight to the death essentially. And it was
the princesses fight to the death.
Yeah, it's like an hour and 16 minutes, but I felt every hour and
Does
16
Cinderella
minutes.
use her like heel to stab somebody?
Please tell me. She does actually a couple times in the eyeball. In fact, yeah.
Ooh, that had to hurt, especially right now for you. Feel that one?
There's some pretty gruesome eye horror in VHS. There's one where this guy's plucking eyeballs out, and I was like, "Oh yeah, nice, sick." Because I was watching.
My eyes are already tearing and fairly.
Come over here, man, and get this left eye taken out for me, please. Jesus God, but
I'm gonna start calling you Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, no, that was a movie. It's on Peacock, and then last night I watched. Well, Peacock has a big horror collection out right now, so they have all the Friday the 13th. They've got a bunch of those. So if you want to watch those,
and they're the ones that have Scream Boat that we did last week.
Peacock's actually worth watching. A pretty good place to go if you're looking to watch like a lot of the classic horrors and other horrors. They got like Wolfman and things on there. But I also watched the new Naked Gun movie last night on Paramount.
Oh, I started it.
Okay.
Logan interrupted, so I haven't finished it.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously no spoilers, but if you want to know what the inside of my brain is like at all times, this is the movie that perfectly captures that, because it is so random and obscure and hilarious, and there's just so much nonsense in it. Pamela Anderson rocks in this movie. Liam Neeson and her together are amazing.
Aren't they dating in real life now too?
I think they were, but they're not now. I don't know. I don't keep up with that, I'll be honest. I think there's rumors or something they were. I don't know, man. But Naked Gun is worth a watch. It was hilarious, and I loved how they paid homage to Leslie Nielsen and
O.J. Simpson.
Oh my God! And then the guy was like, "No, it's worth watching." I did that, so I'm sorry. I kind of blew through everything I had this week just because this is a weird episode.
My reviews this week, I did Minor Threats, The Last Devil Left Alive. That's obviously part of the Minor Threats universe. So this is going to follow the run that was Minor Threats, The Fastest Way Down. And so Frankie has been gone for a while. Her whole reputation got ruined in that. And she's now back because there's a bigger enemy. She's got some, her ex-girlfriend is none too pleased to see her, but there's obviously still stuff going on. But what I really loved about this comic book is they brought in characters from some of the other runs, and it seems like they set it up for a really, really good story. And the artwork in this is, of course, amazing. The artwork in all of theirs is amazing. Her ex-girlfriend's power, Scalpel, is really cool because she can look at somebody who's like injured and see what their injury is. But the art that they do that with is amazing. It'll be like broken bone, but it'll spell out like broken bone, like inside the body.
That's cool.
So it's really creepy, really cool. I absolutely love this universe. Anything from Minor Threats, you should definitely grab. I don't think I've been disappointed with
special
anything.
Preview, like the exclusive, so to speak, for Dark Horse this week. Like, way to
we
bury
got
the lead.
to
You
drop
didn't
the
just
first.
get to review it. You got to drop the first preview for it.
And that's actually a great mention, because if you want to dip your toe into it before you go buy it, the first 9 pages are on nerdinitiative.com. So we have it up there. Yes, I got to read the first 9 pages, but Frankie doesn't even get introduced in the first 9. So it's all about her ex catching you up. And she's like, there's been many times where I've wanted to kill Frankie Follis, aka Playtime. And her superpower is really funny and obviously rooted in her childhood trauma, because she didn't have a great mom. She had a supervillain mom. And every time she would go to build a toy, she was really good at like building things. The toy would turn into a weapon. So all of her weapons are toys. So it's like, even when she's like, trying to scale a building, it's like a barrel of monkeys. And that just makes for, again, phenomenal creative artwork. And these stories are so in depth, so many layers to them, but it's hilarious. I mean, it's Patton Oswalt, Jordan Bloom, Keith Hepburn. So they're the main 3 that started Minor Threats. They're the main 3 working on this run. Go check that out. It's so good, by Dark Horse Comics. Nice. Another one I reviewed this week was the Rockefellers from Ghost Machine and Image Comics. That's the family. We're finally from the 2400. They're stuck in the year 2025.
Have they met Vin Diesel yet?
Yeah, he was in the first issue. He showed
Oh,
up with a
perfect.
welcome box of Corona, and he's like, "Welcome
Ah,
to the
hell yeah.
neighborhood.
All right,
Our
perfect.
neighborhood's not friends or family." It was
Listen
really
here,
weird.
Rockefellers, you can have everything you want as long as it's a Corona.
No, but they do drink comics on coffee in that comic, so
That's
you
right.
get
They do.
nods to the Ghost Machine coffee in the Rockefellers comic, which is super cute. So more of the mystery is unfolding. We didn't know why they were running from the year 2400, and then when we found out specifically who they were running from, you're like, well, that makes even less sense because, well, we'll go back to Vin Diesel. Let's just say there's a Vin Diesel line that's relevant there, and
Oh,
so we got a lot of
I ain't never
questions
narc on
answered this
nobody,
issue.
obviously, clearly.
But I'm loving that run so much. I think Hyde Street and the Rockefellers are probably my favorite
Yeah.
runs right now from Ghost Machine. I'm not caught up on everything, obviously, but those are.
Redcoat's clearly mine, but Hyde Street is like 1B. Very, very close for me personally. Oh, God, it's amazing.
And I know Rook Exodus just came back, but I think Mike grabbed that this week, so I didn't get to review that one. But that one's been
It
great.
did,
But
yeah.
Rockefellers, yeah, and Hyde Street are my favorites. The other one I reviewed was Deadpool and Wolverine. This is a Benjamin Percy run. This is the Deadpool / Wolverine. This was issue 10, and it wrapped up this arc. So it was like
Ooh.
Apocalypse was in the body of Strife, and he was basically trying to make mutant paradise on Earth while this other agency run by some lady who wears incredibly skimpy clothing, even though she's a businesswoman. That seemed unnecessary to me, but I
Man,
digress.
what are you doing here?
It just was not pointless. So she got the same kind of mind controlling Serum Legacy 2.0 to control. At one point, she had like Deadpool and Maverick controlled. And so they were like both wanting the opposite. She wanted to wipe out mutants. He wanted to wipe out people. And so we kept going back and forth with the mind controlled Wolvie, mind controlled Deadpool. But Benjamin Percy's so good at writing these two that he made it so that there was never too many ridiculous jokes by Deadpool. There was never too much brainwashing with either of them. It was always a good combo, and whenever you got them back together, it was fun. So to issue 10 wrapped that up. One comic I read this past week that I did not review was Sabretooth, Dead Men Don't Talk. It was like a 5-issue run, and it was really good. I gave some depth to Sabretooth because, you know, he's really just like a Wolverine villain. But it would like, it starts out with Wolverine. He's at a bar and there's a picture on the mantle. And some guy's like, oh, let me tell you about that picture. And of course, Wolvie's like, oh, I just heard it.
I was there.
And then, well, actually, Wolvie wasn't. So then, but the guy was. And so he tells Wolverine the story about Sabretooth, and Sabretooth finds a girlfriend. And we never really see that.
Good for him.
Well,
I think.
Let's just say what happened to him. He had it coming. He only had him.
Of course, he's
a
bad guy. Of course, he's bad guy. Come on, man, he's bad guy.
But yeah, we've watched Gen V. I did the review for that and Daryl Dixon. I did the review for that, both up on nerdinitiative.com.
That's right. Gen V's only got 3 episodes left?
I think so. There's 8 total. Yeah, and 5
Gen
V's really good. And if you are watching The Boys and sleeping on Gen V, you need to wake frick up.
No, I'm sleeping on my couch, actually.
Then you need to go catch up on Gen V. They're interweaving so well. This past episode introduced a character from The Boys that it's
Is it the one of the tweet I sent you from Vought?
Yes.
Okay.
But the relationship in which she was introduced is incredibly creepy, but it's going to make more sense. And then it's going to be like,
I love cryptic words from Lauren. Welcome to this segment, cryptic words from Lauren, where she
because I've seen the whole
in various ooh.
I don't want to spoil. I've seen the whole season and I don't want to spoil. So.
Well, if you want to know what's going on, Lauren has been on nerdinitiative.com. Her recaps, her spoiler-free review is up on there as well. And I'm sure we'll talk it after the season. I will catch up and watch the season so we could also do a season wrap-up of that along with Peacemaker. So sorry, I won't do Daryl Dixon. That one I'm not going to watch, but Gen V,
that's fine. I'm still enjoying Daryl Dixon, and it's really cool. Like, you know, they're in Spain, and so it's really kind of cool how much they're bringing in the different culture of every country they're in, and you're getting to see how different people. Like, it's still the same story. It's still like there's still evil people. There's still a lot of zombies, but it is cool to get to see the different backgrounds. Yeah, and like, you know, they're going to end up at the Sagrada, or you're going to see the Sagrada Familia because it's in the opening credits.
We've been there.
Yes, we went there last summer. So it's always and like the first episode, like they're going under Tower Bridge. We've been there. We went there last summer.
We did.
Look so it's cool to see all these landmarks, zombie apocalypse covered and written, and like, yeah, that's fun.
That is dope. That's awesome. Well, let's go into some news. I do want to excuse me, I can talk, dip into some news because DC's KO event comes out on Wednesday. And if you want, and you're like me, you like making brackets, you want to pick your winner, go on to DC.com, search DC KO bracket. You can make your own bracket and enter the contest, pretty much picking your winner, who I obviously chose Zatanna because I love Zatanna, but you can make one and go ahead and enter the contest that they're doing for some free giveaways and swag. I recommend doing that. But aside from that, There is a Simpsons movie coming out July 23rd, 2027. My son's going to be excited because he's all about The Simpsons.
So funny, all
And
the kids are getting into it.
I know, well, not even that, but like 2027 stacked for movies, if we even make it there at this point, because we've got the Batman, we've got Avengers, we've got Superman, Man of Tomorrow coming out. There's a
Will
lot
we
of
have
movies.
Spider-Man across? Who knows?
Maybe. Allegedly, Haley Steinfeld, excuse me, said that they have begun voice recording, or she has at least begun voice recording. So who knows? I don't know.
That's
But
good. That's promising.
aside from that, PBR is doing Godzilla in Mothra cans.
So this is my
yeah.
brother's favorite beer, so I think I'm gonna have to buy his. He's turning 40 next month. Guess you're getting for your birthday, Brandon. Not that he
Surprise!
listens to us. He definitely doesn't listen. Maybe on
It's
the live
okay.
ones, he does.
No, I think that's cool, but I'm not going to buy PBR. If I'm drinking calories, it's unfortunate. If I'm at a show or something, I will, but I don't have
PBR is not the worst of the.
No,
the
I would
low
drink
quality
it.
beers.
Don't get me wrong. If I'm having like a party, yeah, I'll drink it. But I right now, I mean, I can't even work out, so I'm not trying to. If I'm drinking beer, I'm going to make it worthwhile. That's
I will say, if I'm at a party and the only beer is Budweiser, I'm going to stick to water. But if the only beer is PBR, I'd probably have a PBR.
PBR is really not bad. It's really not.
The worst.
I don't mind it. It's
Plus,
not
it's in
the
a
worst.
Zach Brown band.
Well, why don't you tell us? Lucifer, good for him. It seems like he's landed on his feet.
Lucifer, aka Mark Pellegrino, that Lucifer from Supernatural, is joining the cast of Vought Rising. So this is just one more Supernatural actor that is joining the Boys universe.
Incest going on there.
I love it.
Boys universe and Supernatural, which I like. I like his actor. Okay, Mark Pellegrino. He was recently in one of those like 911 shows on ABC or something.
He's in a bunch of stuff. He was in Dexter. He was in the 13 Reasons Why. He's been like, he's one of those actors that like you'll go back and rewatch something and be like,
why? I don't know. My eye's about to be my 13th reason.
That's gonna be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
God.
I the worst, man.
Okay. Yeah. So Scream 7's coming out on February 27th, 2026. We got our first poster for that. I mean, I'm excited. I wish we would have gotten Melissa Barea, but and then they kind of tried to lowball Nev Campbell, but then once they booted Melissa Barea off, they brought Nev Campbell back, I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess I'll see it. Why not? It's Scream. I forgot we're on 7 now. I don't know. These movies are just timeless, I guess.
Yeah, it is crazy that we're on 7 because the first one came out when I was 13.
Wow. Yeah, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I was 6 years old.
That's crazy. What was the first high school thing I went to? They're like, "Oh, come to our house." It was the summer before high school because I was in guard, so we were prepping for whatever.
It was the summer of '69.
No, it was the summer of '97.
It was 96.
Yeah, I think that's right. 97. Was it 96?
Yeah.
Oh, but I saw it on DVD the following year, so I didn't see it in the theaters. So that would make sense that I saw it in the summer of '97.
You saw it on VHS. Don't be ridiculous. We had VHS.
That's a possibility that I did see it on VHS.
DVDs, I don't think really came out until like the late 90s.
People had DVDs when I was in high school.
There was a laser discs. I don't know. I'm just
laser discs. Only the schools had laser discs. Nobody else ever had laser discs that I know of. All right, our last piece of news is Family Guy Halloween special is coming out on October 6th on Hulu. I always sporadically watched Family Guy, but they have some good. Did you ever watch the Star Wars Family Guys?
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah,
they were fun.
I don't know. I didn't realize it was still going. Good for them, I guess.
Yeah, all these cartoons. I think if the cartoons stopped, they're back. South Park's back.
We can't get sequels.
Hank on the Hill back or King of the Hill?
It's King of the Hill. Hank on the Hill? No, it's King of the Hill. My gosh, he wants propane and propane accessories. All right. Well,
God damn it, Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby. Let's go ahead and take a break, and we will come right back with this illustrious film. Oh God, Troll from 1986. We're back. I had no idea that Julia Louis-Dreyfus was. I apparently knew it because it was talked about at our panel. But come on, that was February, guys. Give me a break here. So I texted Lori, and she was like, "That was discussed at this panel," and I was like, "Oh, my bad."
It's a really good panel.
It wasn't the first thing I texted her about that we talked about at our panel, but. Now, let's dive into it. A wicked troll king in search of a mystical ring that will transform him to human form invades a San Francisco apartment complex where a powerful witch lives. So why don't you go ahead and break down the little breakdown of this film?
I'll go through all the film and then I'll let you do the fun facts so your eyeball can rest here. I'm like, how is he reading?
And now I rest.
So a family of 4 move into an apartment building where the little sister meets a troll in the laundry room. Suddenly, the troll turns into the little girl and is wearing a fancy ring. She has gone full-on feral and sets off the fire alarm, leading the dad, whose name is Harry Potter, which, fun fact, their apartment door is like kind of under the stairs, but near the stairs. Anyway, so Harry Potter Sr. meets all the neighbors in the building because, of course, he named his son Harry Potter, too. Because what's better than one Harry Potter but two Harry Potters? So a lot of emphasis is being put on the name Harry Potter. I don't know why they did that, even though this movie came out before Harry Potter. So one of the lovely neighbors is Sonny Bono, who is a very sleazy bachelor who cannot act at all. He should probably stick singing. The little girl pays Sonny Bono a visit, and she's suddenly a full-on troll, scaring the crap out of the sleazebag and causing him to turn into some sort of cocoon, and then he sprouts vines, while the troll enjoys a nudie magazine in his apartment.
Okay, but like, I just need to break. Sonny Bono was the biggest creep. Did you enjoy that? And she's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, well, you want some breakfast? She goes, sure. He goes, there's a box of pancakes.
I know, that was terrible.
Why don't you get in there and make us some pancakes? I was
He's
just
like, oh, he's going
my
to make me
God.
breakfast. Yeah, he was
Oh my
terrible. No
God.
wonder Cher divorced him. But yeah, so suddenly more creatures appear in Bono's bachelor pad. I don't remember what his name was in the movie,
I
but
don't
you
either.
just need to know that it's Sonny Bono. I think that's it. I don't think we see him again. I think he's
No,
gone.
that was it. That was all we saw of Sonny Bono.
So back in little girl form, the troll kisses one of the creatures on the head and then leaves the apartment. The brother, who is Harry Potter Sr., goes looking for his sister, and we see this old lady has a weird creature plant, and the plant kind of looks like something at the end of E.T. So the brother says he
It also
feels
looks like something out of Harry Potter too, like one of the like magical plant things that they do in herbology.
Yes. And again, this came.
It did.
So the brother says he feels safe in her apartment, and she calls him a ninny. Harry Potter Jr. then tells the lady he's scared and his sister's being weird. She then shows him kindness because she senses what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
As the daughter / troll becomes more and more feral, she asks a little person if he's an elf. There's also a neighbor that thinks people who read become communists and talk bad about the president. This movie was ahead of its time. Harry Potter Sr. then rocks out to Ain't No Cure for the Summertime Blues while wearing Jake from State Farm's outfit. Like, he goes all in, like rocking out, and he looks like such a cliche, like business 80s dad. All the while, the sweet little girl goes to the Marine guy who hates reading, and she goes full on troll again, creating more forest and forest creature things. Then she / it makes the brother pass out via her ring. Mm-hmm. So Wendy then has invited, that's the little girl, has invited the elf / little person for dinner, the one she called an elf. Parents didn't know he was going to be an actual grown up, let alone a little person. So they're like ready to offer him some milk, and he shows up with like wine. So they act insanely awkward when he first shows up. They eventually do chill out and act like normal people. As Malcolm,
dude, they were so rude to this poor guy.
They were. It was
like, I get it was the 80s, but this dude, like, oh my God, okay, like, come on, man. This
and
is
he handled her calling him an elf very well. He was very sweet.
Handled it a lot better than Peter Dinklage in The Elf, anyways.
Oh my gosh.
Call me Elf one more time. Could you imagine? Oh, that would be a good cut. Call me Elf one more time. It was just this poor dude. And I'm sorry.
He was clearly a North Pole elf, not a South Pole elf.
Very true. Very, very true. He looked familiar to me because I thought he was for some reason, I thought he was in Jingle All the Way, but he wasn't. He's been in a lot of TV shows though. So maybe I randomly saw, because I was Googling the cast and everything. And I was like, this guy looks really familiar to me. I thought he was one of the criminal elves in Jingle All the Way, but that just shows that I also am not.
Because those movies are only like, what, 10 years apart?
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't him.
Well, I mean, there's not too many. I mean, like Peter Dinklage is definitely, I would say, the most famous little person. So there's not too many super famous little people.
No,
so
and also like screw Peter Dinklage, because I heard the reason why they CGI'd the dwarves in Snow White was because he pretty much like blocked everybody out because he wants to own the corner market of little people in Hollywood, which is messed up.
I think with his, and I haven't really followed any of it, so I can't really.
I haven't either. That's what I heard. So
some of his story is that like he wants little people to be able to get roles that are irrelevant to their size,
which is good.
He's done a fantastic job doing that. Like it was relevant. Him being a little person was relevant in Game of Thrones because that was relevant in the book, and obviously there was a lot of discrimination there. Him playing Trask in X-Men First Class was not. Nope. His role in Dexter, the recent Dexter, was fantastic, and his height was not relevant. So I think that's what he wants to push, but at the same time, I think that kind of backfired in that regard.
It's one of those double-edged swords, right? Yeah. Because I guess, maybe he got started because he had to be typecast in some of those roles, but he's an incredible actor. Like I think he has done a really good job as an incredible actor, but not everybody. I don't know. I can't speak. I'm
right. He might be holding back other people. Who,
that's what I mean. It's one of those
way into it.
You're so like a proponent of this, which is a good thing, but also at the same time, it's hurting I don't know. What can I say? Also, did you know Freddie Stroma was in Game of Thrones?
Was he?
He
Oh,
was
I think I did see
yeah,
that
he
recently,
was
but
at
I didn't remember
Tarly.
who he was.
Yeah,
I saw a clip of him in
Dickon, I
something
think.
else, and I'm
Dickon
like, "Oh
Tarly, I
my
think it
god."
was. Yeah, he was in Game of Thrones. I had no idea.
I love
He was
him
also
so
in
much.
Bridgerton, which I've never seen, but
That was I saw a clip of him in Bridgerton, and then it cut to him as Vigilante, and I was like,
yeah,
happening?
just a random, speaking of Game of Thrones, but anyways,
I
continue
can't
with
wait
this
to talk
wonderful recap.
Peacemaker.
Oh man, me
It's a
too.
wonderful recap. It's even yeah, we're doing this so you don't have to watch the movie if you don't want to. So yeah, so they're the parents finally like calm and they're treating Malcolm like an actual person. And he tells them a poem of his where all the creatures start grunt singing as the older lady's ET plan also starts grunt singing. So like he's talking about this poem and all of a sudden all the creatures are like really odd.
Oh yeah,
So
how'd that go, Ariel?
the older lady then goes, "It's starting again," and she blows on a horn to make them all stop in the apartment. Okay, so Harry Potter Jr. then goes to have lunch with the older lady because that's what people did in movies in the 80s and asks her if she's a witch. She then says she's there because she has to be. Apparently, she was a princess who fell in love with a wizard named Torok, so she learned magic. Harry Jr. then tells the lady his sister is acting bizarre and she's getting worse. Eunice, who is the old lady, tells him about Walpurgis Night, which is like a witch's Sabbath. So she tells him to watch the sister and don't have because they don't have much time until the whole switch of the apartment is permanent. Before leaving, Harry meets Galwin, the talking mushroom guy that we were just talking about. So now Wendy goes to visit Julia Louis Dreyfus. I don't know, her name is Jeanette.
She's the best part of this whole movie, especially where she's running around very
Frolicking, I think would be
frolicking
the
with
term.
no clothes on, just the vines around. I was like, oh, this is a
How
damn.
else do you frolic? Do you
I don't
frolic
know,
with
but I was
clothes?
like, all right, Julia, all right, damn girl, like you're
She
still
was full on
fine as
Eve.
hell right now, but like,
Did you say
Lord,
vine as hell or fine as hell?
she is fine as hell now, like especially in the Avengers, Marvel
I
movies.
love her. I know. Even in Thunderbolts, she's beautiful. She's absolutely
She
gorgeous.
is
I love her.
aged so. She was in Veep too. She looks so good
And
in
she's
Veep. Like
so funny.
she
I
really is.
love.
Okay,
I mean, I
she's
think
like yeah.
she was the best part of Thunderbolts. I think.
Oh yeah, and she's the best part of even. I don't care for the show Seinfeld at all, but she's always my favorite part of Seinfeld too. So I don't. Well, again, don't care about that show or Jerry Seinfeld, but I love me some Julia Louis Dreyfus. Yeah.
Yeah, I love some Curb Your Enthusiasm. We have been catching up on
Oh
the
yeah.
final season. Oh, okay. So while her place was turned into a forest, she got to stay pretty, unlike the other creatures.
Yeah, she did.
So and then the troll just stares at her. When the boyfriend shows up, Jeanette causes the boyfriend to like have a migraine all of a sudden. Suddenly the door opens
Oh
on
yeah,
its
that was
own.
hilarious. He's knocking on the door, and they're both like, "What happened?" He's, "Oh, we're supposed to go play. There's like some volleyball tournament that they're going to, or
Oh yeah, I
something
don't
like
even
that."
remember something. Yeah. So Jeanette is just laughing and frolicking and nothing but leaves as her apartment turns into legit woods and some weird graphics are happening. And trolls show up too.
Yes.
Wendy is now off to Malcolm's. Malcolm is again the little person. Wendy is the little girl. Wendy tells Malcolm she can't tell he's sick because he's apparently sick. She then asks if he has ever wanted to be an elf. He says he did when he was a kid. Odd thing to say. He wanted to be magic and not be sick. And ta-da, he's suddenly a tiny elf and his apartment is covered in vines. That was
It,
weird. It was
it
like he was
was
being
like
born because he was tiny, like
yes.
toddler tiny.
It was okay. It was so
And it was
okay.
his
Okay.
face.
It
But it
was
clearly wasn't him anymore.
absolutely effing creepy. It was the creepiest part of this movie was him being reborn as the troll, and it's just like, what the hell is
Well,
this?
what's interesting is the actor is actually the troll too. So
Oh,
if
that's
you
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pay attention, yeah, they're never in the
In the
same
same.
shot.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, so now he's a creepy looking, greasy, tiny elf that freaking me out, man. Okay, so
Oh,
Harry Jr. saw his sister's troll form, and Eunice has a picture of him as a troll and as a man, her man. She then tells him there was once a war with humans versus magical creatures. The humans obviously won. Now Torok is back and trying to take over the world. He was not happy about the loss. Eventually, a fairy universe will emerge and his magical friends will be able to come back. Eunice believes the real Wendy is still alive. Now, there's only 2 apartments left, or it's permanent. She gives the kid some really crappy instructions and a giant lance
awful
thing.
instructions, and take this magical spear and then go sit in your apartment. And it was like, what?
Right.
She
I'm
had
like,
such an
wait,
awful plan.
she really did. I didn't understand it. So Eunice then puts her hair down and de-ages 30 years.
Okay, she looked
Now
kind of fine though
young,
when she de-aged.
she's
She was pretty fine too.
that was her daughter, their mother and daughter.
Oh, well, good for
So
her.
yeah. I mean, the older lady looked good for her age too.
Yeah.
But so after she de-ages 30 years, which was not relevant at all, it didn't
Oh,
she
it had
didn't
nothing to
need
do with this. There was no reason for her to de-age because she gets fucking killed right away.
Oh my gosh. So now she sees the troll. No, she stays alive. She's at
Oh,
the
that's
end.
right. You're right. You're right. She does stay
Because she
alive. You're
remember
right.
she winks at the kid in like
That's
her
right,
younger
because she turned
form.
into like, yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid. Okay, so now young, she sees the troll and the green ring flashes her. She got turned into a planter. So now it's all up to Harry Potter Jr., and he has no Hermione. What shall he?
Oh,
Don't worry, guys. I'm almost done. Only one paragraph left.
oh boy,
And then
this
Matt's
movie
going
is
to tell us the
something.
fun facts if his eye's working.
I got you.
So the parents are suddenly aware that something's going on because it's like an earthquake.
Yeah,
But they
it takes
don't
a freaking
seem
earthquake. They were so hands off this entire movie. They could not, like, the beginning of this movie, their daughter is an absolute psychopath acting out of character, and they could not care less. They're just like, okay, whatever, and move on and don't care. And then their son brings home a freaking, spear, and he's just sitting there, and the dad's like, "What are you doing?" Oh, okay. He's
Dad's
just
too
like,
busy
"You're."
rocking out to
Yeah.
summertime blues.
And so, like, these parents are so uninvolved, so could not care less at all, and then don't even question anything.
Right. Well, and then when the apartment's like shaking, they're just worried about themselves. They're not like, where
I,
are our children?
they didn't even look for the kids. They're cowering in the corner by a door, just not, where are my babies? Nope,
Right.
didn't care.
Ridiculous. They're terrible parents. So that's what maybe an episode we should do: the world's worst parents in
Oh
movies.
my god,
So
it's
their
all 80
apartment is
films.
now the only one left. So Harry Jr. finds his real sister in like a Snow White clear coffin thing. Suddenly, a giant bat shows up, and the whole apartment building has vines coming out of the top of it. The bat goes for Wendy, and Torek is not happy about that. So Torek actually stabs the bat
Not
with
the
the lance
girl.
Eunice gave Harry Jr. Now, when Wendy and Harry do make it home and the shaking of the building just stops and everything is back to normal, the family immediately packs up and leaves. So at least they were smart there. Cops go to check out the building just in case, and a door leads to the woods, and we see the troll with his ring. ... I think
Not
there
the
was a sequel. I
girl.
didn't even.
There was a
I,
sequel.
okay.
There's a Troll 2.
We're not going to do that.
And I heard it was even worse than this film, if that's
I don't
possible.
know how that could
My
be
boy
possible.
Chris said yes, somehow it is even worse than whatever this was. And so, God, this movie was certainly something. I don't even, like, I guess my favorite scene would be Julia Louis-Dreyfus running around in vines, I guess, because I didn't, it was
Mine
not
was
good.
Jake from State Farm rocking out to Summertime Blues.
But yeah, like, it's just, the parents are so don't care. This apartment building is full of just weird people in general. Harry Potter Jr. over there just runs in, and all these people, stupid, they just let themselves get snuck up on by this gigantic ass bat that just sneaks up on them and knocks them out somehow. And it's just, what are we doing? And then
The
all of a sudden,
acting was not great.
the acting terrible. And then the troll all of a sudden is like, not the girl, and then decides to grow a heart, and that's pretty much it. And everybody goes home, calls it a day. And I love when the vines start coming out of the building in the earthquake, because you just see people gathering on the streets, and it's those awful shots of people being like, whoa, what's
Right, and
going on? And they're all just standing there.
like Play-Doh arms coming out of the
Yeah.
building. Shaking.
And then everything goes back to normal, and nobody questions what the hell just happened. They all just move on with their lives. And it's kind of like, wait a second, what do we not just, I guess in real
It was a
life right
training
now,
exercise.
we all right now are basically living like, hey, am I the only one seeing this? And everybody else is going on about their day. So really, how out of the realm of possibility is it? But yeah, fun facts. This was Julia Louis-Dreyfus's first film. She plays Jeanette the Nymph, of course. She's just wearing leaves as the trolls are changing the apartment building. She's admitted that she was embarrassed by this role. In 2013, Jay Leno showed her a scene from the movie, and she was surprised and very visibly annoyed. Listen, Jennifer Aniston started out in Leprechaun, okay? Like, Vince,
Right, so
everybody pretty much gets their start in horror films.
I originally had Leprechaun set for next week because that was another one we talked about in our horror panel. There were people like, you need to watch it. And then I changed it to House of Wax because I cannot do
Back to
those
back.
two
No,
movies.
we're calling House of Wax because House of Wax has Jared Padalecki in it, which I completely forgot, and I saw that still. And so it's about the 20th anniversary almost, I think, of this movie.
Oh my God, I saw it.
Yeah, it came out in 2006, so I mean, it's almost the 20th anniversary. So that's why we called it an audible. But Leprechaun is ridiculous. I think the Leprechaun films are also on Peacock, just a heads up. Now, when filming this movie, she was dating her boyfriend in the movie, and they ended up getting married the next year, and they're still married. Good for them. Now, while this is the only movie that they acted together in, they both voiced characters in Disney's A Bug's Life. They were also in Curb Your Enthusiasm together, where they played themselves. And Brad, who is her husband, directed some episodes of Veep. He was also an audience member on Saturday Night Live when his wife hosted, and was actually on the show years before, as they were both cast in 1982. That's really cool. I like stories like that. It's good to see, especially in Hollywood, that they're still together.
Yeah.
Because you never quite see that these days. But
If you were at our panel at MegaCon, You learn some
Yes.
fun facts
Well,
then.
the reason why this all came about is because it was actors and actresses who got their start in horror films. So
Yeah.
that's how this came. So now we already talked about June Lockhart and Lockhart, who played the same character. They mother daughter. Now Phil Fondacaro. Geez, I'm sorry.
Bandagaro.
Played Malcolm, the little person in the troll. Talked about that as well. Noah Hathaway was cast as the brother after the director saw him in Never Ending Story, which is pretty cool.
Story. So yeah, he was the main
That's
boy. I looked
another
him up.
movie.
He did not seem to stick to acting.
I can't say that I blame him. I mean, Never Ending Story and Troll. I don't know if that's,
I wrote
the
5 weeks to write. I think that's wrong. I think it was
the
5 weeks to film.
the whole movie, yeah, 5 weeks to film and or write. Canto Profane, also known as the Troll Song, was recorded prior to shooting and set the tone for the rest of Richard's band's musical score. The creatures were supposed to perform it as a full-blown production number, but the low-budget puppets had some limitations, so they just grunt along instead. Could you imagine the acid trip this would have been if they full-on broke out into this band song? I don't
Probably
even
would have
know.
been better. It would have been like Fraggle Rock or something. I
This
don't know.
movie has a 3.5 stars, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. After we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So Turok is the only troll that actually appears on screen. The other creatures are fae folk, nymphs, goblins, and other mythical beings. I like fairies and fairy things. And
Fairies
yeah,
are always so scary when they do them in like
well,
They did it not in Doctor Who, Torchwood.
well, yeah. I
And
mean,
then
fairies aren't fairies.
like
Their
evil.
origins are actually evil, and
You gotta fight the fairies, as Dean
yeah,
would say.
exactly. Fight the oh god. The filmmakers thought about suing J.K. Rowling for using the name Harry Potter in the book and film with full of witches, trolls, and other magical creatures. They didn't, but she also claimed the accusation was ridiculous and that she was never even
Was
aware
it?
of the film. She claims she put the names Harry and Potter. I absolutely hate J.K. Rowling with every fiber of my body, so she should have gotten sued. I highly doubt this was just a coincidence. Shut your ass up, J.K., you piece of trash. Go step on a Lego and fall into the river and drown. I don't know.
Whoa.
I hope a troll gets her and eats her and turns her into wood that gets chopped down and used as somebody's footstool. That's how I feel about her. Anyways, yeah, no, Julia Louis, she was the best part of this movie. Obviously, like I've already said, but poor Harry Potter Jr., man, the kid is trying his best to carry this film. He doesn't have a whole lot to work with.
Yeah. No, that was the thing. There's so many things that just didn't make sense. The movie didn't flow. It was very choppy. It was very like ridiculous. Like I feel like you can take any idea that can be absolutely asinine and you can make something good out of it. Like Screamboat, absolutely asinine idea.
And it was enjoyable.
Right. But again, though, I feel like it was enjoyable for us because we're Disney fans. So I'm sure there are people who are not Disney fans that are like, that movie was garbage. So there might be, obviously there is a fandom for this. I guess what took me by surprise is like when you go back and you watch a movie that's a cult classic, usually cult classics become that way because somebody saw something amazing in that and it just didn't hit the mainstream. Like Nightmare Before Christmas is a great example.
Hocus too.
Yeah. Those were cult films that I never understood why they were cult. But now I don't consider either of them cult films at this time. Now they are very popular.
No, they're full blown mainstream. Yeah, there's
right.
no. I mean, you can't go anywhere now, especially in Disney this time of year, without seeing merchandise from one of the two. I mean, they both have Lego sets.
Oh, it's insane,
all of that kind of stuff, right? And so, yeah, I don't understand. Like, is this actually considered a cult classic film? Is that what this is?
I've heard it described as that, and so that took me by surprise. But it's funny. I was looking at my mug because I bought this mug maybe, I don't know, 13 years ago, solely because I wanted a Jack Skellington mug. And the only way he's on this mug is the moon. It's from Disney World. That's crazy. It. And now I can't walk anywhere without finding Jack Skellington stuff. That is
crazy.
That's not relevant to this. But yeah, I don't get it. So maybe if other people can point things out, like, is this one of those movies when you watch it the second time, it's better? Not that I'm going to do that.
I probably will never revisit this film. I have a morbid curiosity of how bad the second film is, but I don't
You'll have to let me know.
Like, if I'm laid up this week at home because I can't go back to work yet, then maybe, just maybe, I will put it on. You need to watch
Gen V.
Okay, I might put it on, but I can't imagine it being worse. It really didn't flow well. I guess the big confusion for me, right, is Torok, or the troll. He wants to become human, but the way he goes about it is killing.
He also wants to free his magical friends.
Yeah, so it's one of those. It's considered kind of it's a dark comedy horror, I guess, but it's like, dude, you want to be human, but you're killing humans instead of becoming human. And when you put the ring on the little girl, she becomes the whatever. She just acts very unhuman like, and it's very interesting, I guess. But again, nobody seems to care other than the brother, who's essentially like, hey, something's wrong with my sister, and tries this whole thing to save her. And
Mom says she's going to take the daughter to the doctor, and then she completely changes her mind.
Yeah, she doesn't do that at all. I think there's one scene where she talks to like a therapist or something, and that's it. She's growling. The way she eats that sandwich too, that sandwich looks disgusting, first and foremost. When she eats the sandwich, it's absolutely horrible. I don't know who the hell serves that kind of sandwich, but I would throw that right at my parents' face. But she eats it from like the top, and it's like, and very weird.
I feel like the little girl was the best actor in the movie.
Oh, she was absolutely. And I was like, oh, this is just my daughter. I probably would think nothing of it too, I guess, because my daughter acts stupid like this. So I would just assume she's just on some bull crap again. But yeah, parents didn't care. Nobody cared. And then they got the creepy porn star neighbor and Sonny Bono downstairs that they just...
It was bizarre. It was a bizarre collaboration of...
we just
poor Malcolm has to live with all these people, and he's like a professor.
Yeah.
And well-read, and yeah.
I inadvertently laughed. I am an a-hole because I feel so bad. And I'm saying this out loud, and I probably shouldn't. But when he opened his fridge and it was a mini fridge, I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. And I was like, oh no, I don't know what, I don't know. I have no way to explain.
There's no way. I was taking notes. I must have been looking.
There's no way I can explain. It's when he has the little girl over and he's getting her juice from the fridge, and he opens
why is the little girl going into all these people's apartments? That's creepy by itself.
That's the other thing. It's like, so she randomly makes friends with the professor, which cool. But then she invites him over to dinner, and the parents are just like, oh yeah, our daughter's just over here entering everybody's apartments, making friends with everybody who are old men, and it's just weird at the same time. And I'm like, if my daughter did some bullshit like that, no, I'm sorry, no.
I mean, so Back to the Future is coming back to theaters next month for 40th anniversary, and it's like, I always like when people are like, well, why was Marty hanging out with Doc Brown? That's a great question, but we're just going to ignore that question because we don't want to taint this perfect movie. But that,
again, why are these old men hanging? I could almost give it a pass as Doc Brown is a professor, and maybe Marty was like interning there or trying to learn science.
He was not.
I know. Okay. I could give that more of a pass, I guess, because he's
not even like the next door neighbor where he would just wander over.
No, he could have been like a grown adult, and he's trying to learn some science, I guess.
No,
whereas
he didn't care about science.
Little girl just be rolling up into everybody's apartment.
He cared about cool clothes and his car and his girlfriend, and he cared about rock and roll.
He did, and the kids are
going
to love it. Okay, I don't know. This movie though gets a 1 star from me. I'm giving this 1 star.
I'll support that.
Yeah, 1 star the whole way through it. There's really no.
We gave Screenboat like 5 out of 5. And
but to be fair, Screenboat we put it in a different. So there's these different categories, right?
100%, yeah.
Screenboat
and graphics have improved.
Yeah, Screenboat we put it
not even
against other B-rated films that don't take themselves seriously. This movie, you said, considered to be a cult classic by people.
Funny though, I feel like
nothing funny about this movie. There was no redeeming qualities about this movie. For something to be
maybe
B-rated
it was
or cult,
funny in 1986. Maybe the jokes went over our head. I don't know.
I don't know. I would love to know somebody who is a fan of this movie. If you happen to listen to this, let us know what you find about it that you like, because I got a lot of questions, dude. I really do.
Like I'm down to appreciate something.
Oh yeah, like I don't want to just crap on something
it apart.
Like,
yeah,
but
if you have a different perspective or something, like if somebody's listening to me, like, what are they talking about? I love this movie. Yes, it's horrible, but it's great. Like,
listen, you know me, I love bad movies. So if I can find something redeeming in it, by all means, I am all ears and all eye. So.
And all eye.
I do want
Got
to
my eye on you.
Also say something. So before we do wrap this episode up, though, Scott, we didn't mention Scott at the beginning. I do want to mention our last week episode. He listened to our Screenboat, and he was a former cast member, and he talked about a lot of details that stood out for him. And he talked about how at MegaCon he was trying to go back. He was the fire marshal there working and everything. He peeked through.
You might have seen him on our panel.
Yeah, the only kill that you actually caught was, the penis removal scene, right? And so a couple moments that he didn't hear us mention as we broke down. The first was the birthday princess losing her glass slipper as she tries to get away from Willie. I forgot about that one, I'll be honest. Yeah.
I thought we did actually mention both of these, and I'm wondering if I mentioned them when we weren't recording, because I know we talked about them.
Yeah, we might have. Of course, that's another Disney cut there. And then near the end, when the kid is being rescued from the water, they finally decided to, remember the kid. I do remember we caught the Mary Poppins umbrella with the teapot. We definitely mentioned that.
Lumiere.
Yeah, because we talked about Lumiere and all that. So there probably were more hidden treasures in this. But he said that it would be a blast to watch as a group and drink every time a Disney reference pops up.
Yeah, that might need to
So
be a Patreon movie night.
that's going to be probably a Patreon movie night. Scott's one of our Patreons. Absolutely love Scott. So when I saw an email from Scott come through, I was immediately amped up and excited for this. He says also that David Howard Thornton's amazing. He did get a photo op booked with him for the end of the month at Spooky
And he's
Empire
gonna
over
be
Halloween
dressed as
weekend.
Terrifier.
Yes, he's going to be
That's
Art
fun.
the Clown. So it's
Yeah.
hopefully I can get to Orlando this year. I'm supposed to have gone to the half marathon. Obviously, that's not happening anymore, but I am still planning to go to Orlando. But it all depends on the gas bubble in my eye if it's gone or not, because I can't fly if there's still a gas bubble in my eye.
You'll do anything to not run 13 miles at 5 a.m. Jeez, Matt.
No, not I. Listen, I've been looking forward to this since February.
I know it sucks,
but
and you've been training for it too.
I want to come to Orlando, so if I have to take a train down, I can look at the train option too. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, that's kind of our troll. What?
Speaking of Terrifier, so I had reported that when I was at Horror Night, somebody told me that Art the Clown is no longer out and about because people were punching him in Orlando. Well, I was at we were at someplace, and I met an actual scare actor, also works as a scare actor, and at a bar in Orlando, and he was like, no, he's still out and about. I'm friends with him. He's just only on the bike. So if you,
I was
cool. Like, well, thank God we didn't see him because Tabby would have lost her mind.
Tabby would have died. Yeah.
But so Art the Clown is apparently still out in Orlando. So if you're out going to Horror Nights, you might still be able to find him.
Yeah, I hope you do. I'm not going to Horror
guys.
Nights. Lauren went to Horror Nights at one time, but I don't think we really have any plans to go there aside from that. If I can get to Orlando, then we've discussed going to Epic Comics and recording an episode at Epic Comics in Orlando. So more to come with that, hopefully. We'll be figuring that out. Sideboard Brewing, things like that. We will have places we'll be, hopefully. But aside from that, next week we are going to do House of Wax because we are not going to do really bad movies back to back. Maybe we'll still get Leprechaun, to be determined. But yeah, House of Wax, it's got Paris Hilton and it's got Jared Padalecki. We will
Chad
definitely
Michael Murray is in it too.
Oh God, I forgot Chad Michael Murray's in that movie too. Yes. So we will be doing that next week. And aside from that, though, make sure you like, subscribe, share. And if you want to get together, Patreon movie night, we're going to do Van Helsing for sure. But maybe we'll talk Screenboat for if Scott can join, because getting to hang out together and make it a drinking game would be fun too. And you don't have to drink to come and hang out with us.
Drink some water, get a cup of water, and you'll be so hydrated.
You'll be so hydrated, dude. Absolutely. But that's the show.
Beer water.
Yes. Make sure you hang out, follow us, all that good stuff. Nerdinitiative.com is where all of our comic book reviews and recommendations and all that things are at. Let us know if you're liking about Peacemaker, because we will be finishing that up, and probably Gen V as well. And we will see you guys next week with House of Wax. Peace.
Do you want me to use this Daredevil?